Have you been wondering if a bottle of Springbank is worth your hard-earned money? Well, I did too, and then I caved and spent $1,250 on these 4 bottles of Springbank whiskey that are sitting in front of me. So, was it worth it? In this video, we're gonna talk about who Springbank is, if their whiskey is worth the high price tag, how it compares to other scotches at the same price point, and finally, we're gonna do a blind tasting of all 4 of these and determine which one is the best. But before we get into that, I wanna go over why I chose Springbank. Quite often, members in the bourbon groups are talking about Springbank, asking which one someone's favorite is, or if it's even worth it in the first place. And so that is why I'm making this video today, to give you an educated decision on if buying a bottle of Springbank is gonna be worth it. So who is Springbank? Well, Springbank is truly a distillery like no other. And I think once more people learn about this, their demand is only gonna grow. For starters, Springbank is the only Scottish distillery that performs every single step of the whiskey making process in-house. This includes malting, kilning, milling 100% of their barley, and then fermenting, distilling, aging, and bottling all in-house. This gives them total control of every step of the process, which in my opinion leads to a better end product. The way I like to picture this is Amazon in the old days, back when USPS was delivering on their 2-day shipping promise. Well, we all know how consistent that was. But now, since they've taken on pretty much every step themselves, they have much more control and refinement in the entire process. In addition to this, Springbank is the oldest independent family-owned distillery in Scotland. This dates back to 1837, when brothers John and William Mitchell purchased the distillery from an esteemed smuggler and brother-in-law, William Reed. So if you count that as family, then it's really 1828. Since then, they have gained a strong reputation and lots of attention due to their signature flavor profile, which is a light to medium peated single malt with a hint of that Campbeltown faux. Now the golden question, which is this whiskey worth the price tag, and how does it compare to other whiskeys at the same price point? Each individual has unique budget constraints and taste preferences. Additionally, the rising prices of Springbank further complicate matters. Previously, the baseline 10-year release, which I have right here, was priced around $60 to $70, but in the last couple of years, it has shot up to $100. Sometimes even $110, $120 at places. This significant increase makes it a formidable entry point for any consumer. At this price range of $100 to $120, there are many examples of exceptional whiskeys. A lot of times higher up in a distillery's offerings, and sometimes even limited edition releases. However, Springbank seems to defy the conventional pricing norms. Despite their lowest tier offering commanding such a high price, they have their reasons. In the realm of business, comparisons often spark price competition. But Springbank, they stand apart. From their rich history to the meticulous production process, all the way to their distinctive whiskey flavor profile, all of these things make them stand apart from their competitors. In fact, it makes them almost incomparable. Is their whiskey superior to all others? Absolutely not. In fact, many individuals might find whiskeys better suited to their taste preferences elsewhere, especially for the price. Nothing less, Springbank's unparalleled heritage and traditional production methods afford them the ability to justify this price. Enthusiasts like myself are willing to pay a premium for this singular experience. For those passionate about whiskey, Springbank is a must-try. Whether at a local bar or purchasing a bottle, I believe it is unquestionably worth the investment. All right, so now you know that Springbank as a brand is worth it. But how do the different offerings compare to each other? On paper, there is a big difference. The most obvious is the age statements. Then after that, there is the cask maturations. All of these releases have different cask combinations that they age them in. But probably the most important is the difference in price. But is this difference reflected in taste? Well, there is one way to find it. All right, so since I have nobody with me today, I've labeled all of these on the bottom and I just poured them out. So now I'm gonna mix them around and close my eyes until I just mentally forget which one is which. That's good enough. All right, on to the first one. So on the nose on this one, I'm getting just a touch of peat, but not much. A lot of honey sweetness on it. That salted caramel, a little bit of vanilla in there, and definitely that honey sweetness as well. This one's damn good. This one is much sweeter. Getting some maple syrup in there, a little bit of plum. Not as much of that honey sweetness, more of like a demerara sugar sweetness in this one. That one is damn good. This one I'm getting almost like a melon characteristic in it. Yeah, like a honey, peach, light citrus in this one. Yeah, that kiss of peat comes through just a tad more. I'm really enjoying this one. on to the last. This one has a really nice honey sweetness on the nose with a little bit of orange peel. Definitely the most peat forward of the bunch, but still getting a really nice kind of citrusy undertone on this one with that honey sweetness. See, the thing is, all of these are so neck and neck that it is extremely difficult to actually rank these 1 to 4. They're just all great expressions of what Springbank can be. So let's see how I did. So number 1 is gonna be the 21 year, guys, but I assure you it was not by much. Number 2 is the 15. Guys, I mean, these were so close. I would say if you're buying a single bottle, the 15 all day. Number 3 is the 10. Number 4 is the 18. Like I said, all these are such a toss-up. I think the 15 and above kind of melt together a little bit more. The 10 on its own is a great expression of what Springbank can be, but honestly, if I had to choose one to drink every day, it's probably gonna be the 15. Now, Springbank is on fire right now, but there are 3 other whiskey brands that I really think are gonna explode in 2024, and to check that out, you're gonna wanna click on this video right here.